Welcome back, crew. We are starting our first session of occupation. Hopefully, you've seen session zero, even though I know that was like a month ago now, with some changes and just the variability of summer. We had to push it back a little bit, but now we are finally getting it going, diving into occupation. So, let me set the stage a little bit. So with this is a sequel to the Invasion campaign. If you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. But you should still be pretty good without the background on that side. So definitely don't worry there. But basically, the galaxy is in chaos. The galactic factions that had been just moments before tearing each other apart, with the Dominion warring with the Galactic Republic, as well as the Mandalorians, the Hutt cartels. Pretty much Darth Dominus was on the warpath, looking to take over the galaxy and claim it as his own. And the war had been going on for 15 plus years, just engulfing the galaxy. But little did the galaxy know, as this major war was taking place in the shadows, another threat was preparing to emerge, sending its spies in, using them to both kind of heat the war up, as well as keep the Republic, Dominion, Mandalorians, the Hutts, Zerka, everybody at each other's throats so they wouldn't see the new threat coming in. The threat of the invading Yuzon Vong, making their debut to the galaxy with the destruction of a planet using the molten core of Vela and its unstable baridium, as well as Tiberius gas, to be able to cause a chain destruction that both destroyed Vela as well as a huge amount of the Dominion and Republic Outer Rim fleets. With that, our invasion crew learned more about this threat and became the prime both heralds as well as combatants, pushing it back against the invading Yuzon Vong. But after the battle above the unnamed planet, those heroes split up and went their own ways. But the war against the Yuzon Vong continued. It's been a year since that battle, and the galaxy, even though it had scars of war before, is an encounter that it's never seen. Even the monstrous Sith and their barbaric tactics don't amount to pale in reflection of the tactics that the Yuzon Vong bring to bear. While the Dominion and Dominus wanted to rule the galaxy, the Yuzon Vong are happy to put those who defy them in cinders and rule over the ashes. With many planets across the Republic, Dominion, Hutt space falling to these seemingly unstoppable foes, pushing the Galactic Republic after the treacherous fall of Ethor into an armistice, allowing the Yuzon Vong to focus on both the Mandalorians, the Dominion, and occasionally the Hutts. Seeing that the galaxy was being pulled apart and wouldn't be able to stand on its own, Zerka Chairman Oro decided to pull in the specialist of the galaxy, reaching out to all of the factions from the Galactic Republic all the way to the Hutts, asking that they send their best and brightest to help come up with a plan to combat the Vong and bring the galaxy together so that the way of life in this galaxy is not eliminated. Bringing everyone to the newly minted Tafanda space station in kind of the deserted area of space, Chairman Zane has sent this invitation out far and wide. And you guys kind of see like hanging out in space, this very advanced looking space station. You see it kind of has like almost a hexagonal look to it, but you see right now ships buzzing to and from it. It seems to still be partly under construction. You see droids kind of going, droids and ships kind of buzzing around it, like putting in the last few pieces, some sparks flying off as the station is assembled, some of the scaffolding still on its side, but it does look to be nearly functional, nearly operational as you guys approach. And each of you all is given a different dock to land at as you make your way to the Zerka station. And actually, now we're going to go through and kind of introduce our PCs. Who wants to be the first one to hit the stage here?
Heck, I'll go. I'll never go first due to being frightened of going first.
Well, you don't even need to get on a ship. This is a Zerka station, and you are part of the Zerka faction. With this, you probably have a little bit more of an intimate view of the station. What how would C4 kind of familiarize itself with the station? How would they kind of interact with that? What would they do as kind of they were waiting for these other factions and their comrades to join up?
He would be familiarizing himself with the station and kind of picturing in his head where the most people would be if he ever needed to kind of do a speech or show some equipment off for Zerker on the fly, as well as looking for any possible escape routes if things go wrong. Because if he gets the chance to escort a higher up out of a very dangerous situation, that would be very good for him.
All right, give me an investigation check.
All right. 16.
Solid. Yeah, you take a look around, and you definitely kind of map out where a lot of the ship's functions are at. You definitely kind of see where, like, kind of how best routes to the hangar, best routes to escape pods, and definitely you find kind of where the space station has the best lighting, and that would be good for some promotional videos at the same time as well.
Yep. So he'd be very much just taking it all in and feeling like this can either be one of the biggest moments in history or one of the biggest disasters. Either way, publicity is publicity.
With that too, you're kind of your core contact with the Zerkas there, kind of your handler in almost a sense. The Zerka Innovation President Aru. And you guys, actually, I should find a way to show this on stream too. Next time, I'll find a way for the streamers to see this, but for the players, this is in the character art section. Innovation President Aru is a dark-skinned human wearing pretty ornate-looking blue and silver robes. He's a pretty ambitious guy. He's looking to kind of climb the Zerka ladders and definitely has latched on to C4 as a good way to do so. With the droid's willingness to be in promotional videos and definitely its lethal capabilities. I think I asked you this. How does C4 view President Aro?
He's C4's handler, but is he the one C4 made that original deal with?
I'll let you decide that. He would definitely fit because he's definitely somebody that would hitch his head star to somebody like that.
I'm a roll a luck check. Below 10 and below, he would be 11 above. He would not.
All right.
He is.
Sweet. So yeah, he is the one that we'll say he's the one that owns C4 and kind of brought him into the Zerka fold and has he was a lowly kind of Zerka associate before hitching the star to you, and now he's president of innovation. Off the work of C4.
So I imagine while there in the beginning there was a lot of begrudgingness. Now that they've both kind of propelled themselves forward in Zucker's kind of line of work, that they'd actually be semi-decent friends, kind of working pretty well together. C4 sees himself as very superior, and he slowly probably gained respect for this person, because I imagine he is skilled, correct?
He's skilled. He's talented. He's a good speaker. He's good at kind of making use of the best use of the resources. He's definitely, and C4, you have a better view of this, but if you had a conversation with Vars, you are definitely at the competent. You've worked with the competent end of Zerka. Not like kind of the lower down directors in Bespin that you had to deal with before, who were just kind of grubbing and trying to do anything they could make the buck and make their name. This is that higher tier. Even nepotism won't get you here if you're not good. So he definitely hits the star to you, but he's smart. He's a good speaker. And he kind of climbed on his own merit, but used you as a little bit of a boost, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. So C4 sees him as part of his own brand, and vice versa. So the two work probably work very well together. If they were working against each other, there'd be no way for them to get this far.
Definitely, and he's happy with it. He would definitely encourage a good working relationship. So as you kind of as the hour is getting close, you see kind of President Oro kind of straight in his robe, standing a little taller. He looks over. You ready for this, buddy? We're about to meet the chairman. We usually don't get this much one-on-one time with him. It's going to be amazing. You ready to show out?
Oh, absolutely. There is very little doubt in my mind we are going to get quite the boost of reputation from this.
Imagine the promo videos, having you fight alongside Mandalorians, Sith, Hut bounty hunters. This would be a real galactic-wide campaign. We can make some credits with this.
Zerka unites the galaxy.
Call promo. We're printing that up.
Already done.
Perfect. All right. So Galaxy's going to be there. Mandalorians, Sith, cranky people. You've hunted down a fair number of both. Don't ruffle any feathers right now. Well, if you do ruffle feathers, ruffle them in a promotional way.
Oh, trust me, I know my targets well enough. I will not cause any backlash, we shall call it.
Yeah, good. All right. It's going to be a good day. I mean, I'm president right now, but hey, chairman level, we can maybe boost up, maybe go a little higher. And the higher I go, the higher you go. So we're going to make sure, hey, we know how much, we know the deal. A little more credits, you're free, and I'm set for life, and you're a droid. You can live forever.
And I will do so. I'll put some shrine for you after you're long gone.
That's why we go well together. I appreciate that, C4.
Of course. Okay. But let us continue. Almost went to see that. Let us continue.
Perfect. And you see, you kind of walk down a long hallway, heading towards this conference room that's been set up in this and I should convey this too. This space station is enormous. It is, what's a good metric? Let's say a fourth the size of the Death Star. I know a fourth seems pretty small compared to the Death Star, but the Death Star was ridiculously huge. So this is a pretty good sized space station. C4, actually, an investigation check, you would know that it could fit 20,000 people, depending on how you crammed them in there. Definitely could fit 10,000 living there comfortably. So it's a big space station, and you know that Zerka's kind of pulled out all the stops to get it functional and get it kind of ready for this endeavor.
He would be able to piece together that this is also the equivalent of an emergency bunker if need be, right?
He would, yeah. It's the ship has its own, or the space station has its own hyperdrive, well shielded, well defended. It is definitely, it could be an emergency bunker. It also could be a front hold in the attack, or kind of a base mobile base. Kind of depends on who's using and what they're using it for. But you walk down this hallway, and you see in this hallway, President Oro kind of led you in a specific route through to the conference room, and you see in this hallway, you see kind of the gold and blue, I think Zerka colors are, kind of the Zerka colors kind of mapping out through the hallway, and you see at the end of it, gold and black. At the end of this hallway, you see that big kind of swirly Zerka corporate symbol at the top of the door. And he kind of smiles and hits the door open button, and within you see kind of this well-appointed round table. You see kind of standing next to the table, Chairman Oro, and Zhang, he is in gold and black robes. He is kind of a younger man, he looks younger. Definitely, you guys know, and Z4 you would know, he's at least 60, but he looks like he's in his 30s. Definitely somebody that's either taking care of themselves or use some products or something to make themselves look younger. But you do see kind of across this conference room, there are multiple different entrances. But Zane kind of points to you and points to one of the seats. And we're going to switch off to another one of our PCs. Who wants to go next?
Sure, why not?
Vars. Vars, what type of ship is Vars flying here?
Not exactly a flashy one.
Okay.
Just something with a hyperdrive that can get him here quick. The offer from Zerka wasn't exactly taken with. It's like, all right, let's hear them out, but I'm expecting to just come right back. This is a vacation for Vars right now. this is a week away from the front lines.
Week away from the front lines to probably drink some Zerka booze and you gotta make him pay for it.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever. I've dealt with Zerka before. They're all a bunch of idiots. I'm not expecting much out of this. It'd be nice to be wrong. It'd be really nice to be wrong. And with that, he follows his instructions to go to this space station that's apparently huge, which throws Vars for a bit of a loop. You guys, what the hell? What are they doing sitting on this? Who is this for? Are they selling this?
Vars, give me either investigation or technology check, your choice.
All right.
Or actually, lore too.
All right.
I don't know if either of those three are good for Vars, but take your pick.
I'll take lore. Starting off strong with a 5. And then
you look at it, you're kind of almost awed by the size of the station. Most stations you see are usually significantly smaller than this, and just kind of amount of ships and things kind of buzzing around it. You see it's still under construction, but it is just it's enormous. This is definitely a project that would take deep pockets, even something that would hurt somebody's bottom line, even for Zerka and the amount of credits they can throw around.
Man, if this thing was closer to Mandalorian space. Ew.
The old vacuum space raiders trick.
Yeah, oh well, I mean, you know. Well, that aside, no, here to hear him out, diplomatic, yada yada. Oh, that's a lot of stuff. All right. So I'm guessing he receives whatever directions he needs to dock his ship.
Definitely, they give you directions to dock your ship, and you see you're given kind of directions to this hangar bay. You are able to land your ship, and one of the things that probably strikes you as a little bit odd when you land your ship, the hangar that you're sent to is completely deserted. Definitely looks top of the line. You see kind of pit droids and all of that kind of scattered around, and repair materials and the things you need to maintain ships. But the thing that stands out as odd is by the door, you see the Mandalorian symbol.
All right. That's okay. I guess I'll ask about that whenever I talk to where the hell I gotta talk to. So Vars loads up. Again, he's been in enough situations where he does not want to be caught without a firearm or 5. So he loads for bear. Doesn't know what to expect in there, but he makes his way in through the doors with his people's insignia filled with more questions.
Perfect. You're able to easily, I mean, you make your way in, you see a protocol droid waiting for you kind of at the foot of your ship, and it goes, welcome, Master Vars. Chairman Oro is excited to see you here. You see him point to this little hollow pad next to him, and he goes, we have arranged for your contact to be here as well, Commander Persk Velku. Please utilize our holopad. If you have any conversation with your commander before you come in, you're welcome to it. Otherwise, the holopad will follow you into the meeting room along with your associate. Welcome to the Tafanda station.
Thanks. that, he'll reach out to Commander Velku.
Yep. And this was a year and a half ago, so I don't know how much you remember, but this was Vars' core contact. He's the one that you guys met up with at the wheel when you guys got the Kashyyyk quests. So you see him kind of pop up, a little hologram, so it is a little fuzzy, but you see he's got kind of his worn but well-maintained Beskar Mandalorian armor there. You see he goes for kind of a more green, gold, and purple coloring for the armor. You see him kind of give you a nod as it comes up. You ready for the bath of poo they're going to throw at us?
Well, I hope the food's good at least. You know anything about this?
Zerka said to come. I told him to criff off, but they promised resources. So you criffin know Zerka. They're gonna try to get us to fight their wars for half cost or some poodoo. But if they got something that's not just a tall tale, I mean, keep your eyes open. But I'm not expecting too much from them.
Hey, I'll fly with a Zerka billboard on my back if they give us more weaponry. All right.
They may ask you to do that. You seen those commercials on C4 droid?
Oh no. Yeah. I can't miss them. Zerka unites us. It doesn't stop. It's everywhere I look. If there's a screen with ad space, you know they're there. Well, I guess I'll let you know what I find out.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I forgot to mention, so he'll be coming with you too. So he'll with the little holopad thing. And I should think the holopad. Think of kind of a old school version of Sidious's one from the Phantom Menace with the weird legs, but kind of clanking along with you with your buddy on hold.
Oh, so you'll be here for that whole meeting, like that?
I may feign technical difficulties. If so, just say Mandalorian tech and they'll believe you.
Yeah. Maybe they'll be generous and give us long-range communications. Who knows? All right.
Well, let's go see him.
Go. Yeah, time for another sales pitch.
And the protocol droid leads you down kind of a hallway. And another thing that kind of strikes you saw that Mandalorian symbol in the hangar. You don't see any others for a while, but eventually you are led down this hallway, and you see it's that black coloring. It's a darker hallway with occasional streaks of brighter colors, streaks of kind of the gold that sometimes permutes Mandalorian armor, sometimes the red, the green, as you kind of go down this hallway. And at the end, towards the meeting hall, you do see that Mandalorian dragon symbol, or the Mandalorian. I'm blanking on the name of that symbol.
Megasaur?
Megasaur, thank you.
Mythosaur.
Mythosaur. Above the kind of the door, you see it opens, and you see C4 in the room. C4, are you standing or sitting? I forgot to ask. You're a droid, so I'm not sure which one you'd go for.
If he felt comfortable, he would sit down. However, he knows that there's going to be a Sith, a Mandalorian. There's going to be a lot of people in here, likely bringing a lot of guns, so he's standing.
Okay.
He's ready to just blast out if need be.
Perfect. So you see C4 standing there. Oh, C4. I never asked you to describe your character. What does C4 look like?
To go back over it, C4 is a droid, but all in all, his composure is a little bit different from a lot of others you'll see. He has his armor and clothes kind of integrated into him. He is someone who actually wears clothes, and because of this and his added bulk, he kind of looks human at first glance, but from the way he moves, the sounds he makes, and especially the eyes through the helmet, gives away that he's a droid. All in all, though, you can definitely see he wears his equipment on him. He's got a lightsaber at his belt, and his armor kind of has a similar styling to the Mandalorians, while having that plausible deniability in case certain clients don't like that. Still riding on their coattails, though. And all in all, he has that kind of Zerka gold, black, and a little bit of this dark red going all throughout his armor and clothing.
Nice. Vars? What does Vars look like? And is there anything different from the invasion?
Well, towards the middle of invasion, he got himself his brand new Beskargum, and it looked nice and clean then. And now lots of the color's been stripped away. It's there's bits of blue on there with mostly steel, silverish coloring on the chest plate, and it's bulkier than you might think. I was thinking more like kind of like if you've watched the Mandalorian TV series, kind of like that Paz Vizsla build.
Okay.
He's a big boy. He's not trying to dodge the bolts. You just go ahead, hit me. I'll just hit you harder. That kind of an attitude. And he's got a cape, because why not? He's earned some rank. He's somewhat of note amongst his people. So he's wearing a cape. He's got a jetpack behind that cape. And he's, like I said, stands tall, stands proud, stands wide. He's not the small lanky fighter. He's the big wide boy. I'll leave it at that.
You see, once you enter the room, you see C4 standing there. You see kind of behind him in person, President Oro in his blue robes. But you see kind of standing near the front of the room, Chairman Oro, the leader of Zorka Corporation, as well as the Zorka Corporate Sector. When he sees you come in, he actually looks up and kind of nods, and he actually walks towards you. And he holds out his hand. And he goes, Vars, it is good to see you. I'm truly honored that you and the Mandalorians responded to our call. Was your journey safe?
Safer than what I'm used to.
Well,
safer than what I'm used to.
That's good to hear. I wanted to thank you first, but I also wanted to apologize isn't the best word, but say I regret some of the misdealings, shall we say, that you may have had with our Coruscanti president as well as those on Bespin. I would tell you Zerka cares, but you would know that's bad, Puru. What I do want to tell you is that I value the skills that you bring to the table and want to let you know that I both acknowledge and appreciate that one of the survivors of Vela, the heroes of Saiho, decided to join our conference.
With that, Vars will take his hand and he'll shake it with, and he'll say to him, "That's the most honest thing I've ever heard out of anybody come out of Zerka's leadership, ever. Thank you."
Well, as I said, Bespin, the director is at Bespin for a reason, shall we say. The president of Coruscant, he told me you all threatened to blow him up, and that's where the relationship soured. But let's keep the past in the past. Today we are here to talk about how we can rebuild and take the galaxy back from these treacherous Vong.
All right, you got my attention.
You see him point to the seat over next to C4. C4 Vars, anything you guys have to say when you see each other? And everybody too, and for viewers. Actually, I should make this available for the viewers too. We did a rumors sheet with kind of each character getting to know a little bit of rumors about the others. So you guys both know a little bit. If there's anything you want to say, go ahead. If not, we can go to the next guy.
Oh, if it isn't the one who brought the basilisk back.
That's... You know what? Yeah, screw it. I did. It was about time. When I was a kid growing up, I would always read those damn stories. And I wanted to live it. What can I tell you?
There can be quite a few more, if you give us the time, that is.
Well, depending on how this meeting goes, we'll see.
And C4 would give him a nod.
Perfect. We'll cut to one of the next party members. Who wants to go next?
Malachi volunteers as tribute.
All right. Malachi, what type of ship are you flying in on?
I expect Malachi would just be arriving on a sleek Imperial ship, not really outfitted for fighting, but more for luxury and just to show off, kind of the Dominion's indifference to all of this, whatever this is. But nonetheless, somebody had to come, and Malachi is grateful for being chosen.
Nice. Oh, and what does Malachi look like?
So as Malachi steps off the shuttle after it lands, and he walks down the ramp, there's kind of a change from Session Zero's discussion about the mask, but it's now a very dark metallic. However, it does very much emphasize his eyes. In addition to that, he wears very tattered robes with kind of a faded red lining around the hood and kind of in various tattered places around his cloak. And it kind of flows behind him and all the way down past his feet. So it almost looks exactly like death, just hovering across the floor. And really the only exposed part of him is his hands. So as he's walking, he actually has his arms just kind of awkwardly hanging straight down, no real arm swing, and he's kind of like hunched over just a little bit, leaned forward, and has his head just kind of tilted to the side and neck a little bit partially outstretched as he makes his way towards the nearest door or droid, or if anybody is waiting for him.
Definitely. When you reach the hangar, you see kind of a similar scene to Vars, very pristine, very well-maintained, very modern, up-to-date hangar with kind of all the materials within. But you also see the Dominion symbol. You see that crate dragon bursting free of its chains, kind of just emblazoned at the front of the hangar. And as you make your way down, you do see kind of a little silvery protocol droid, as well as another holocam standing next to it. And it goes, "Welcome, Lord Malachi. Chairman Oro was very excited to hear that you and the Dominion heeded our call and came to the conference to save the galaxy. Were your saddles strafe?"
Save the galaxy. That's rich. My travels were perfectly fine, droid. Please beep away.
Okay. Before we go, points to the holocam, and you see we did make way for you to keep contact with your High Lord Galvin. Please feel free to conference with him before you come in. The holocam will be able to follow you in with your contact as well to join the conference. Welcome, Lord Malachi. And you see the droid kind of shuffle off quickly towards the door, ready to lead you away. But as he shuffles off, you do see the holocam kick in. And you see a tall, kind of like moderately medium build Sith Lord peer. You see he's got gold and black cloak with kind of armor woven into the cloak to keep it almost deceptively as if he is unarmored. You see he's a Natolan. He's got kind of head tails streaming out of his hood. He's got golden eyes with his big Natolan eyes. He's got kind of a sly smile on as the holocam joins, and he goes, "Lord Malachi, good to see you again. Are you ready to deal with those Zerka fools?"
So Malachi will slowly turn to the hologram and look at High Lord Galvin, and he will slowly and creepily like drop to a knee and bow before looking back up.
Hard Lord Galvin, it is a pleasure to see you. Yes, absolutely. What would you have me do?
Exploit the Zerkafors. These money grubbers are nothing to the power of the Force. Show them what a Sith Lord can do. Make sure they. I assume they're going to plead for the Dominion to pay more for their products or defend their planets or whatever it may be. Make sure that you're getting the value that the Dominion deserves. Make sure that Dominus's presence is felt.
I will ensure that your will is flowed out exactly as you want it, my lord.
Good. I appreciate that. This could be an opportunity for us both. I know little about those who go in there. I know the C4 droid has been plastered around the galaxy. I've heard reassuring things about the Hunter Val, who may be coming. But Vars is an old friend. I've assisted him with a project recently. He's not easily frightened. I wouldn't try.
Your friends are my friends, Lord Galvin. As for the droids, I have heard of them, and they are quite formidable. I am looking forward to seeing them in action. And the Hunter Val, his exploits, they intrigue me.
Report back if it's truth or fiction for both of the two. C4's the line's hunter activities I feel are embellished. A droid taking down a Sith Lord, preposterous. But the droid line has done well against the Jedi fools, so there may be some truth to the lie.
Truth or not, we will carry out as you decide, my boy.
Good. Well, have the droid lead on. Let's see what we see. And the droid does eventually lead you guys on. You do see it scurrying a little faster than the others as it does lead you down this hallway. You see with this hallway, you see kind of the Dominion's color motifs are breaked in. You see kind of the green of the great dragon and kind of the grayish like green from that dragon. But you also see the black and gold motif that the Darth Dominus's reign pretty much is adopted in as their core color scheme, kind of just lining and kind of making itself known throughout the hallway, ending in another of the Dominion's logos up top. You do see the door open. You see Chairman Oro standing near the front, but you also see Vars and C4 within. And you see Chairman Oro give a nod and say, welcome, Lord Malachi. Welcome, High Lord Galvin. The others have arrived. This is Vars from Mandalore. This is C4, and I'm sure you've heard of me, Zerka's pride and joy.
A pleasure to meet all of you. It seems that we are missing one at the moment.
You see, he nods and goes, well, Val is coming with the Hutts. The Hutts, not always known for their timeliness, but they are known for the shrewd and tactical dealings. So it'll be good to have them at the table. And with that, we will cut to our last...
Whatever you say.
We'll cut to our last PC, Val. Before we go ahead, Val, what does Val look like?
So Val's the Tagorian, pretty kind of normal size. He's not probably bigger than the average human, but not big for the in terms of a Tagorian. He kind of wears very I'd call it plain garb, mostly whites and browns, but well taken care of. Kind of the one addition, he also has a cloak that he wears that he refers to it as the light wielder warrior's cloak that he defeated a Padawan and took it from him. And so he kind of wears that around, so he's got kind of the brown cloak to go with his garb. Orange fur, green eyes. He carries a hooked vibroblade on his hip. It's his only weapon. And he kind of carries a little bit of a smirk, like he knows something that no one else knows, and he's better than you. And so, yeah, that's Val.
Nice. What type of ship does Val have? Or I don't know if Val has his own ship, or what type of ship does Val have, or does the hut kind of provide him with?
Yeah, Val believes, he doesn't like to rely on technology, and he takes pride in not understanding technology except when absolutely necessary. So he's not known for being a pilot. And so the Huts gave him a ship, probably just enough to get him there. But they know it's not coming back without marks on it. And so, they're not going to give him anything top of the line. So he's coming into the port probably a little hot, no landing gear, coming in screeching, sparks, making a dramatic appearance.
I know this is not going to be his forte, but I want to see how this landing goes. Make a piloting check.
All right. There we go.
How does that crash go?
That's not in that one, by the way.
Oh, yeah, it's not in that one. Yeah. All right. Yeah, so this ship, you see it coming, probably Val probably has a type to fly just thrusters blazing if he has to be his own pilot, right?
Yeah. There's no moderation of speed. There's you go or you don't.
So this hut
throttle
ship
or off.
fly in, and I imagine that the Huts probably gave you one of their smuggler ships, so it's got a pretty impressive engine behind it as it's going barreling through. Comes through the force field of the docking bay, doesn't attempt to slow down. You see this modern, kind of well-appointed hangar the Zork Corporation has lavishly appointed. This ship comes skidding in, runs over a few of the pit droids, turns to a stop. Engine wash across the deck in the hangar bay. Val's okay. Val, as you emerge, you see small fires. You see the sprinkler system kind of going off. You see this protocol droid looking back and forth at all this record going, oh no, oh no, oh no. Welcome, Master Val. Did your ship malfunction?
So Val steps out, gives a little flourish of his blade, sheathes it, and just be like, Val has arrived. And just ignores the droid. Nothing's wrong.
Oh,
I'm just imagining everybody else in that board conference room or whatever. Are we under attack? What the hell's going on?
Oh yeah, you guys heard that. Yeah, so you all heard it's distant, so you guys hear kind of this piercing screech, but it's one of those ones that you probably somebody stopped talking for a second and you could hear it. What's that screech? And are there fire alarms going off?
Is that the construction?
You see Zhang kind of look up. That he reaches for a data pad, and then he kind of looks. Actually, you guys give me an insight check. Val, or not Val, C4, Vars, and Lord Malachi.
Real fast, I feel like C4 would have done his research on these individuals, so he knows Val's infamy with ships, and he's just like, yes, the cat has arrived.
Well, insight puts me at 21.
Nice.
Natural one.
Hell yeah.
Oh yes, the Huts have arrived.
Vars, you could see for the C4 and Malachi, This guy, like, he is like a studious professional. His face barely changes as he looks at his data pad. It's hard to break through. Vars, you can see kind of his eye twitch just the slightest bit as he's looking at this data pad, and he goes, "Our last attendee has arrived, or at least the last one that we've expected. Please don't be alarmed by the screeching and the fire alarms. There was a malfunction with his ship, we will say. He is all right. The ship station is all right. It will take some repairs. But hey, what are credits, right?"
See,
At
first trying
Vars,
so
you could,
hard not to laugh.
with that 21, you can hear that his voice. He's a professional. He's reached chairman of an intergalactic quadrillion, probably more than quadrillion corporation. And you see that he's got a good poker face, a good speech tone. He's annoyed. He is mad. Like, his eye twitched a little bit. His voice is that professional quality to it, but there's definitely a bit of strain and annoyance there, as he probably has like a little holocam view of the damage to his still being built space station.
Yeah. I suppose you can't build a hut for it, huh?
I said, what are credits? The galaxy is in a dangerous position if the huts. The galaxy is in a dangerous position. We will leave it at that. We will just, our bottom line can take the hit. He kind of puts on a forced smile there. But the camera cuts back over to Val, the space station hangar. You see the Hut Cartel symbol, the kind of twisted forks a little bit that the Hucks use, kind of the twisted tridents is probably the best way to use, with a red emblem of the Hut Cartels. You see the droid after kind of like not like fritzing as it looks at the damage, and it goes, "Well, we've secured a line of communication to your contact. I'm very sorry to hear your ship has malfunctioned. We will make sure that our cleanup efforts do not impact your ship. But please, we will provide pilots to bring you in from now on, if that is all right with you, Val."
Yes, Val agrees. Yes, I should have pilots.
We are glad that you are agreeable. And here is a connection to your contact, Boss Granick the Silgic. And you see the hologram flare up, and you see this large hut appear. And you see he is smoking from his hookah, like smoke is like clouding the holocam. He's a big hut, but he's not like, he's one of those huts, and Val knows this. He's one of those huts that can still get around on his own function. He's not like big to the hollow where he needs a hover cart to be able to move around. But you see he's puffing on the hookah, but he speaks basic as you come through. You kind of see he kind of peers around and he goes, "You couldn't just land the ship."
So Val actually, for the first time, looks around and like notices that things are like on fire, and like looks confused for a second. Goes, Val has already got the agreement that they shall escort me next time because I am a dignitary. I have provided pristine for the huts.
You see, he kind of takes like another pull and goes, "Yeah, that's good. That's good. Make sure they don't charge you for this. But hey, a little extra prestige never hurt." Now, you know, we got them Zerk guys. You know, they don't like us too much sometimes. I mean, we buy stuff from them, but sometimes you know how we do. We got to acquire stuff, and we got to make sure it gets to the right people. They're not always our best friends. We want to make sure we send somebody strong. You know, they're going to be some little Sith criffers there, Mandalorian, Poodoo artists. You got to, hey, you're from the Huts. You are Val. You're Val the Undefeated. You go there, let them know. Let them know that the Huts, we're not scared. We got the Vong at our door. We've had the Dominion at our door before. We've had the Mandalorians at our door before. The Mandals are our friend now, though. But hey, just let them know who we are. Get some credits out of it. Get some support. I think the war is going to make it our way, whether we like it or not. Some of my clan doesn't want to go to war, but hey, we're going to war, and you get some of those new battles for you. We're going to make sure you get new. Yeah, we're going to throw them strongest Vong at you. Maybe you'll take their hands, or maybe you'll take their lives. I don't know whatever you want to do. I mean, hey, it's your fight, but you're going to get some opportunities.
So after he said Val is the undefeated, he perked up. He's like, I am undefeated. He probably didn't hear anything after that. So he snaps back. He says, yes. Val shall ensure that the huts get credits from the exchange. Yes.
Remember, you're there. I know we don't usually do it this way, but you're there kind of on a diplomatic. So we don't need you to fight nobody today. Or let's say, man, Zerka says there's a lot of credits. You fight this person, hey, you fight that person. Or if you want to fight somebody that they all say it's okay, you go fight them. But today, we're kind of show of force.
Yes. If someone wants to fight me, Val shall agree.
Okay, all right. We'll take it. But yeah, let's go see what those Zerka Griffins got. I mean, these guys got credits out everywhere. So let's see what they got. See what they can do for the huts. And you see kind of the droid leads you away from the chaotic scene behind you. Fire still being put out, ships sparking, droids crushed beneath. But you are led into the space station. And you kind of led through kind of intricate corridors until you arrive with one that kind of has the hut motifs. It eventually ends with the hut symbol on the door. And you guys see Val come in through another door than you guys arrived in through. And you see this Tagorian walk through. And Val, you see Vars, the Mandalorian, Lord Malachi from the Dominion, and C4 from Zerka. Kind of all arrayed around the table with their representatives with them through Holocam and Chairman Oro. And Chairman kind of nods to you and goes, well, it's a theatrical welcome, if nothing else. Val, the hut representative, you are welcome at the Tafanda station.
So Val give a little bow in recognition of his entrance, and then we'll kind of look around the room and say, yes, the mighty warriors of the robot with no honor, the fake warrior and the magic wielder with no honor. It is blessed to meet you. The huts extend their welcome.
You see, you guys see the holocam. Boss Granick was taking a big puff. And he goes, he didn't mean all that. Guys see him wink at you, Val. Goes, basics hard. He's new to basic. He speaks with a sword. I mean, you can see that vibro blade, that hooked up blade. Yeah, he speaks with that. I mean, he didn't say anybody was fake or no honor. I mean, hey.
Malachi's head will snap to the Tagorian when he says this, and he'll just stare at him. And question for you, DM, because you know things about me. What is the aura, if any, of everybody in the room that I see?
Definitely. While I'm looking up that, what with Malachi, what's his view on the huts? So the Dominion hate Dominion as a whole hates the hut. Dominus himself was enslaved, and the huts are one of the bigger enslavers in the galaxy. Dominus is made one of his goals to put an end to slavery. I know Malachi wasn't a slave. What does he feel about that?
Malachi follows with absolute dedication any order that Darth Dominus issues. If he says that there will be no slaves, there are no slaves. If he thinks that the huts are useless, and he thinks the huts are useless, he thinks the huts are useless. They're following the Vong is the Jedi, is everyone else, but the Huts aren't even worth the attention of the Dominion. They are the bottom of the barrel, and they are leeches, just like all criminal organizations, to include the Exchange and others.
Perfect. As you look around, and I'll let the players kind of describe what their own aura looks like. Zhang's aura, Zhang has a weird aura. It's grayish, kind of almost a grayish red. You see just kind of touches of scarlet kind of arcing through it as he kind of speaks. You see definitely kind of just those burst kind of crimson red kind of as he goes through, but mostly gray, mostly kind of just neutral, but definitely with some of those flickers of red. President Aru, he is completely gray. He doesn't have those same flicks of red. You see just kind of a non-force sensitive dull gray aura as he kind of speaks. The other ones are through holocam, so you can't see their auras. But with the others, kind of with the Malachi has is force sight, so you can kind of see if you are affinity towards the light side, kind of more the selfless, good, caring. Dark side, more personal driven, more anger, passion, all of that, whether you're sensitive to the force or not. And neutral, more kind of you're making your own way. So you're not really striving towards selflessness or ego driven like the dark side. You're kind of more you make your own way. You kind of do what you think is best. So I'll kind of go around Vars. I'll pick in you first. What's kind of Vars' outline?
I kind of want to throw this back at you. I mean, you ran a game for Vars for almost a year.
All right.
After that, what do you think his aura looks like?
And I'll let you correct me if I'm wrong on this one, but I think it's gray with streaks of blue. Vars likes to fight. Vars will take credits to fight, but he does love his people. He would put his life on the risk for both the Mandalorian people and those he feels are his crew people too. So I think he's got kind of like gray, but like strong, like Chairman Oro kind of has like light streaks of red. I feel like Vars has like some solid blue, kind of like coming through with the gray. But what do you think on that one?
I'm not going to disagree with you. I mean, I wasn't sure how to play it, but yeah, that feels right.
Okay. Val, how about you on that? I'm actually curious for Val.
You know, this is interesting. So I think my first initial reaction would be, oh, he's gray. But I think it's blue, and this is why. And maybe if this doesn't make sense in the Star Wars world, let me know. But I think it's blue for two reasons. One, he is in very perfect balance with himself, in that hatred does not drive him, and in his mind, pride does not drive him. He has a very simple code in which he lives by, and he believes that code is right, and that code is good. And even when he kills someone, he believes that that is the right thing to do. And so in his mind, I think he would view himself as very balanced with the Force, even though his actions maybe aren't. And so if that isn't correct, then it would be gray. But
No,
that
works.
Mind.
Yeah, because he's not driven by hatred or anger. He's driven kind of by the level of a fight. He's not trying to dominate. He's not trying to conquer, or even trying to kill his enemies most of the time, unless they've earned a warrior's death, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I agree with Blue. So C4, you're not a living creature.
Yep.
So you kind of have a gray, like not a gray. You have like a blankish aura in the Force. But C4 still describe it. I still want to see kind of what you think it would be if you did have a Force aura.
On his sheet, he's lawful neutral, but if he had an aura, it'd be sheer bright red. He is driven by sheer ego and will. He does not look out for anyone but himself, and only the people he views as an extension of himself. Like his good Zerka friend. My brain's blanking for a minute.
President Aru, yeah.
Thank you, President Oro. Other from that, he's cold-hearted bastard. He does not care, not even for the droids. He just does not care.
So as Malachi finishes like scanning over everybody, just kind of looking at everybody, he'll kind of slink back and then just look at the ground and bring his hands forward like this, and still hunched over, just looking at the ground.
You see Chairman Oro kind of extend his hands, pointing to the seats. Before you do sit over, you do see the Vars. You see the little holopad for Lord Galvin kind of walk over. And he goes, "My friend, it is good to see you again. I'm glad those Vong haven't finally pierced you through yet." You're on mute.
They're not going to get me anytime soon. Good to see you well, Galvin.
You kind of see like his hologram leans in. How are those basilisk treating you?
As kind as they can get. And they're treating the Vong as ugly as they can get. Oh, man.
Glad to hear that. You know what? I keep saying, come over to the Dominion. We can get you more of those. I'm sure you'd bring some Mandos with you. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to stay following Mandalore the Exalted.
Look, trying to split our people now in the middle of a war is not a good time. We can talk about this some other time, but
okay.
We definitely don't. Now would not be a good time to split our people up, have us fighting ourselves. Come now.
Hey, regime change, you know? But hey, it's good to see you, my friend. I wish you brought the rest of those guys you used to hang with, but I'm glad you're alive.
Likewise.
But you see with that, Chairman Oro does point everybody to their tables. But you do see kind of a ding go off, and one last person joins the group from another entrance into the facility. And you see as she walks in, kind of the heaping colors behind her as the door kind of slides open and closed, kind of the blue and gold. And you see this kind of woman walk through. For those who are aware of politics or aware of heap, actually, Vars, you may be most likely to be aware of this because the Hapens have, since the battle above the unnamed planet, the Hapens have decided to be really, really cool with the Mandalorians and try to make a partnership out of them. We
are neighbors.
Yeah, they're neighbors, and for a while they were fighting neighbors, but with the Vong pushing through, they decided to bury the hatchet. And you see Princess Ava walk through, and she has kind of the heaping colors on. She's got kind of olive skin, dark hair, and for those who have read the Hapens, they've got a weird humanist trait. For some reason, they're all very attractive. That's not something I made up. Look up Hapens on Wikipedia. That's them. But you see she comes in, and you see her kind of give a nod to Chairman Oro. Actually, Vars, you've been doing some diplomatic stuff. Would you know Princess Ava? I'll let you decide that. And actually, let me give a little bit of background on Princess Ava, see if you decide to know her. She is kind of like their mixture of their intelligence director as well as their special forces commander. So she doesn't command their army or their full forces, but she does a little bit of espionage, a little bit of commando raids. She kind of directs that forces for the Heapin Consortium. So she would be kind of more on special operations intelligence gathering.
Then yes.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
She'll walk kind of over. She'll take a seat next to you and go, "They sent you for the diplomacy efforts? I'm glad. Didn't think that was your thing."
Apparently I'm one of the friendliest Mandalorians we've got. Who would have thought?
I believe it, man. glad to see a friendly face. And she kind of like gestures out, kind of to the Sith, the Hutts, and all that, amongst the masses, we'll say.
Yeah, it's good to see you too. Well, let's hope this is worth the trip.
And with that, you do see Chairman Oro begin to speak. And he kind of gestures around to the space station, kind of like a theatrical speaker's gesture. And he goes, I'm glad you have all made your way here. You all know the state of the galaxy. You know that the flames spread from every corner. While the Republic has seen fit to hide from the reality, the Mandalorians, the Dominion, the Hutts, and Zerka, and even the Hapens, you see him kind of nod to Princess, have all decided to fight and decided to keep pushing back against these forces who do not know the ways of our galaxy. We have built this station as a beacon, not of hope. I don't believe in hope. I believe in superiority. We have built this beacon, this space station, as a beacon of superiority, not for the Dominion, not for the Mandalorians, not even for Zerka ourselves. Superiority for our galaxy, to show that we will triumph over these Yuzon Vong interlopers. And that is why we have invited you all here. We have named this space station Tafanda to send a message. And with that, I'll actually let everybody make a lore check right now. So anybody, did anybody get below 10?
Nope.
Sweet. So everybody's gonna know this one. This one isn't a hard one. This is one basically, if you paid any attention to the holowebs and kind of the galactic events, you guys would know Tafanda is what was the name of the capital, what do they call it, herd ship of Ethor. So the Ithorians didn't live on their planet. Their planet was pristine, kind of like they took all their pollution and put it into space, and took all their people and put them into space stations. So people, like, if they went down to the planet, they would have to stay there for the rest of their lives. So they left the surface of their planet an unblemished kind of natural beacon of life, which a lot of people assume is why the Yuzon Vong wanted it. But their space stations, their herd ships is where they lived. Tafanda was the capital herd ship, so kind of the capital city among space of their planet, and was one of the last one the Yuzon Vong sacrificed when they took over the planet by hurtling the space stations kind of one by one into the system's sun. It's the event that broke the Republic's people and taking the Republic out of the war. It's been one that both the Yuzon Vong and their exchange collaborators have kind of broadcasted across the galaxy to let everybody knows this is what happens when you defy the Yuzon Vong. It's kind of been one of the turning points and down points of the galactic coalition's efforts against the Yuzon Vong.
C4's definitely applauding in his mind the name, because it's so sappy and perfect.
And C4, Zerka's, I mean, the chairman may be a little bit more realistic, but Zerka's still about marketing. Tafanda Station rising from the ashes would definitely be something he would like to promote on Zerka.
So he's making a mental note of that, as well as quickly taps his head, sends an email to Aru about that, so he can check on that later. It's like, yeah, we got some good marketing here.
But you see, he gestures, Chairman gestures around the space station. While Ether may have burned in flames, the galaxy will not. This will be Tafanda reborn, but this is not for Zerka. Kind of gestures out to you all. This space station, while We have spent the credits while we have put some of Zerka's finest engineers and experts into building this. We are going to give this to you. You all will own this space station. This will be a base of operations under your control against the Yuzon Vong. You kind of see him lean back, and he kind of like he doesn't ask if there's any questions. We kind of see him lean back and kind of meet eyes with each of you guys, kind of seeing where you're all at.
C4 is going to lean into Aru immediately and ask, does that extend to us as well?
You see Aru kind of like, I think so. I don't know.
Like the eyes, the lenses go wide, just like. He leans back.
And you see kind of Chairman kind of sees like the exchange, and he goes, he kind of gestures, while Zerka is giving this away, we did want our interest to be represented, and that's why C4, the premier Zerka droid, he goes the hunter. He pauses for a moment, but he does kind of nod towards Malachi's way, and he goes, the hunter will be representing our interest aboard the space station, along with President Oro, his liaison.
C4 goes in for the low high five behind Aru's chair, just like the yes, we got it, we made it.
You see Oro, like he's high fives it. He's got a smile that he's trying to like bring back to like a professional neutral face right now.
Well, how the hell does that work? I mean, the way I'm just because I'm friendly with Lord Galvin, most of the members of my people would shoot on sight. Not to mention, I'm guessing lots of Malachi's would ignite sabers on sight. If any of us were in their path. Same with the Hutts. We're not exactly all friends.
Yeah, Malachi would definitely like nod at that when you said ignite lightsabers.
Yeah. I'm not. Again, I would love for some sort of a coalition of that size to work. That's what I've been fighting. That's what I've been fighting for since the start of this whole conflict. But how are you going to make that happen?
By providing you with the space station, and truly, as much as I can say this, no strings attached. This is precisely why we have brought you all together and we provided the space station. This has been trillions of credits spent. We need the galaxy to come together. And you all may be thinking, why does Zerka want to get involved? Why are we putting our credits here? Maybe some of you may be mocking our slogan, Zerka cares, in your head right now.
No.
I'm not going to feed you, Pudu. We care about our bottom line. If the Yuzon Vong wanted to use our tech, use our droids, use our weapons, we would be selling them to them right now. But they destroy our droids. They burn our tech. They kill those who use them. There is no place for Zerka in a Yuzon Vong-controlled galaxy. So, we need you all to come together and forgive me and forget the petty Pudu of Mandalorians hating Sith, the Sith hating the Hutts. We need to fight those who would kill our way of life.
Holy shit. I'm agreeing with Zerka. This is a day.
Oh, it is a day you'll find repeats.
Malachi's hand will move ever so slightly, and he'll use force push on the hollow projector of the Mandalorian, whoever that is, and just push it over.
It just knocks it over.
He's like, you're turning it off or just knocking it over?
Knocking it over on the ground. Just
The diplomatic incident that will cause. The sheer disrespect.
Are you kidding me? We're talking about working together in a coalition, and you're doing youngling level pranks at this point?
You're moving
Yeah,
level. It was a mistake. It won't happen again. Apologize. I'm apologizing now. It won't happen again, Mandalorian. But I can see that this will be quite interesting, and the galaxy can't come together, but can we? And
And he'll get up from his seat and just kind of like slowly walk over to the projector and just pick it up awkwardly and set it back up. And as he walks back to his seat, he'll look at High Lord Galvin.
You see Galvin's eyes are
Bounties, my
very-
lord.
Galvin's eyes are burning yellow right now. You see he's got a smile, he's got a smirk on that he always does, that kind of half smirk. But his eyes like kind of that yellow or true gold right now. His head tail's twitching. And you kind of hear the low voice. I told you. Vars is a friend. I have plans. Leave him alone.
Yeah, he'll respond.
Apologies, my lord. I thought I'd have a little bit of fun. I noticed that there are no Jedi amongst us, so I had to pick on somebody. But I will keep my emotions in check if everybody else can.
You see kind of High Lord Galvin just nods. And Commander Velku looks at you, Vars, and he goes, Griffin Seth.
Look, stuff it. You can't let one be a representative for a whole organization. We're here to work together, and why am I always the one that tries to get people to work together? It's for the better of all of us, all right? Just stuff it. Apology accepted. Please continue.
You see the Chairman Oro just kind of let that all play out. Just kind of curiously, like, blank face with a curious look to his eyes. Kind of looking at everybody as this all played out. He goes, diplomacy at work. This will be a fragile relationship at first, but we hope it will grow. And he goes, Lord Malachi, you did point out something that has concerned me. The Jedi are not here. The Republic is not here. The rebellion led by Admiral Vexen is not here. This is a coalition that I want to represent the galaxy, an independent force that unites all behind it. But we only have you all here. Actually, one thing you guys noticed, no check necessary too, because this kind of worked out a little well too with some changes there. But everybody who was here is kind of currently in the Yuzon Vong invasion path. The Mandalorians have Vong touching their space. Dominion have been in a fierce war with the Yuzon Vong for a year. The Hutts have recently had Mandalorians kind of touching, not Mandalorians, Yuzon Vong kind of making their way into Hutt space. Zerka doesn't have it touching their borders. Oro did mention that Zerka really can't survive under a Yuzon Vong controlled galaxy. So it's everybody who's directly affected right now. Where the Republic has made a truce. The Jedi are still doing kind of operations throughout captured Yuzon Vong territory, but after their fallout with Supreme Chancellor Oveno, they are kind of they're doing their own thing. They're not trying to be tethered to an organization. And Admiral Vexen's group is out kind of fighting the Vong in their own way.
So I guess, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna. So I'm worried the Republic is concerned that meeting us here would put their armistice at risk.
You see Chairman Oro nod and goes, "That's precisely what Supreme Chancellor Oveno told me. I tried to... I won't lie with you. You all know we have many lobbyists in the Republic. I tried to lean on him. I tried to tweak as many levers as we could to get him to at least send someone. But he is worried that if he does, they will call his military's bluff and try to vote of no confidence and oust him from what little good he could do."
And after Caesar gave him those damn emergency powers, all for what? I'm sorry. Please continue.
And you see, he kind of like gestures to speak again, but you guys hear kind of a screech. Kind of seems very similar to the screech that Val had. Like initially, it kind of sounds like somebody crashed into the ship again. But this screech doesn't sound like you don't hear the fire alarms going off. It doesn't sound as scratchy on metal. This one just kind of sounds like almost a wail mixed with a shriek.
Wow, looks like we have a moment to test ourselves. We may have some intruders.
You
sure it's
see,
not just somebody that's late to the party?
you see Chairman Oro kind of like tap onto his data pad, and he kind of like points it at the middle of the table, and a hollow projector emits. And you guys see kind of security cam footage. And you see kind of Chairman Oro's like face strain a bit as he kind of trying to piece together what's happened. But you see, as you all came in, you saw that the station was kind of a hive of ship activity, with many of those ships kind of coming in and working on repairs, working to finalize the station and make sure it is fully operational. But you guys see, kind of initially, you see two screens going kind of at the same time. One screen, you see, looks kind of the time at the stamp at the bottom is about 10 minutes earlier. And you see this ship that had been doing kind of some of their repairs. Looks like kind of like a freighter ship that has been kind of modified to help kind of do repairs and all of that. But you see that ship kind of move off from its repairs and kind of bulldoze its way through one of the force fields into a hangar bay. And you see that ship land. And you see kind of let out through its docking bay. You see both its landing pad docking bay go down, as well as its kind of cargo doors open. And you see creatures kind of burst out. Malachi, as you see them, one of these creatures probably, I don't know, actually, I'll say how Malachi feels. But this is something that is made... You feel like you kind of feel that echoes of hunger as you see one of those creatures burst out. This is one that has turned both Jedi's and Sith's blood cold. Vars, you recognize this creature as well. It doesn't look as big as the one you saw, but you recognize the Voxen. You recognize the six-legged wolf lizard hybrid. You see two of those creatures kind of skitter out of the docking bay doors. You see, as you come across as well, after the Voxen, you see 5 men kind of exit the ship, and they are all wearing exchange colors. The exchange criminal network, no lore check necessary. You guys know that the exchange was kind of before this war took place, was getting pushed out of the galaxy by both the Hutt cartels and Hutt space, as well as Black Sun. They were trying to pretty much cut them out of the criminal market and push them completely into obscurity. But they've been kind of trying to fight for survival. And when the Vong showed up, they decided to be collaborators. They are collaborating with the Vong and have been hunting Jedi and Sith, conducting pirate raids, kind of luring refugees and diverting them into the warpath. They have been a menace to the galaxy, and a menace that nobody really has had the time to fully deal with, because they are, compared to the Vong, they're small fries, But they've been small fries. They've been kind of sticking their nose into anywhere they can to cause trouble. You see a number of them exit the ship. But one thing that may kind of give pause to anybody that sees these, you see these creatures. They've got these weird elongated heads. You see they've got these gill-like things on the sides of their very long necks. They're big creatures. You see coral covering their skin. You see kind of a crazed look and growths growing out of their heads. Everybody give me a lore check to see if you've come across this creature before.
Lore.
Nice. C4 seen them. Vars too. Nothing Malachi's come across, or Val and Malachi have come across in their space. You guys saw these creatures in the months following the fall of Ethor. You see that they sacrificed a number of their herd ships, but they kept some. And Master Shaper Nimian got to play around with the Ithorians, the Hammerheads. And they made shaped shriekers out of the Ithorians. Vars and C4, you fought these creatures before. You know they are vicious. They're like all the Yuzon Vong ones. They're almost mindless killing machines now. They almost fitted with these York coral control plants, but been tamed for so long that they are almost lost their humanity. But with the 20, I'll give you guys a little bit of a sneak preview. Actually, 2 sneak previews. That shrieking you guys heard, that's the Ithorians. The Ithorians, even before being converted by the Vong, they could make because they've got the mouse on their front and the 2 sides too. They could make high pitched, they could use sonic damage from their own, just on the regular. But Nimian, she's not one to leave things alone. She enhanced that. She made them shriekers. They could go into battle, and their sonic pierces will level buildings. You see a number of those creatures kind of shamble off the ship. Oh, I said 2 things. Yeah, 20, I'll give you 2 things. One thing you guys both know, and actually both of you guys are likely to get up close too. So yeah, both of you guys would know this. You all know that and this is kind of one part of the sound you hear, because the sound they're emitting right now isn't their shriek, isn't that damaging wail that will break through metal and all of that. The sound you hear now is that low shriek that they pretty much always give off. And for those with people within, and kind of gamify this right now so you guys get it, people within 10 feet of that will need to make a wisdom saving throw. And on failure, they will have disadvantage on their attacks and saves for as long as they're within 10 feet of that creature due to being thrown off by that sonic blast.
I absolutely love that. I don't know if that's in the novels or not, but that just takes me back to Mass Effect 3. I applaud.
That's actually the original, so I'm happy to finally get an original one creature for this one. Well, with Ether, I felt like, what would they do with them? I'm like, they do shrieks already. Let's make them crazy.
I love that. So C4's reaction to it, he was imagining some kind of underground gang was coming over to use on Vong. When he sees that, again, those lenses go wide. Other from that, he tries not to let any of his inner thoughts be shown, and he just goes, "Well, looks like it is invaders after all. Let us deal with them together, if we can. If you lend your blades and blasters."
Yeah, where's this at?
You see Chairman Oro kind of tapping rapidly. Looks like they got into one of our service hangars. The force field should have stopped them, but however they discovered this, they were able to bypass the force field and commandeer one of our repair craft.
Everybody here okay with playing nice to take down some Vong?
Certainly.
Well, Val
So,
has never turned down a fight.
Yeah. All right.
Malachi will stand up and his hands or his arms are kind of like slumped down, and he's looking at everybody, and he turns towards the door, and he kind of you see his hands because they're very obvious. It's very pale skin with blackened fingernails kind of going up the finger as well. But you see them get a little darker for a second as he casts Force Body on himself. And then Tegan, if I can, I want to cast Force Body here, and then at least before we arrive, I was gonna cast Battle Precognition as well, if I could do that.
Yeah, you've got because battle precognition is 8 hours, isn't it?
Yeah,
You can just
I
cast
kind of
that.
feel like I would just auto cast it if that's also okay.
Yeah, I'll assume unless you guys are surprised that night you have it cast. Just make sure you mark
Okay.
the 4 points. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Well, I'll take his motion as a yes. All right. C4, you're Zerka. You know the way to get to that hangar?
Oh, absolutely. I know this place like the back of my hand.
I really hope that's a droid with a sense of humor.
Oh, I do have quite the sense, but let us go. Oro, Chairman, you have enough security here for yourselves, correct?
You see kind of President Oro does look a little uncomfortable. He's usually not like close to the front lines. He kind of seems not squirming, but definitely kind of like that uncomfortableness in his chair. Chairman Oro does still look pretty straightforward or steadfast. He goes, "Of course, we shall be fine. We will make our way to the safe room. I appreciate you all coming together. I wished this to be a peaceful event, but the cowards of the exchange have made themselves known. Show them what a united front can do to them."
So Val just can't help himself. He goes, "Yes, the cowards of the exchange, Val shall take care of. Chairman, go with the women and children."
C4 kind of breaks from that, just like the.
Malachi will stop right before he reaches the door and just be like, but he is, you can't see it. He can't see it, but he's smiling. I'm smiling.
Oh, man. So is Val just playing it straight? Like, he's not trying to be funny?
Val would actually, yes, with a serious face, he says that.
Yeah, all right, let's go take all those logs. Oh, hell, that's what I needed.
You see, like, the chairman doesn't really know. Like, you guys are like, he's got like the PR face. Like, he's had that like straight, like, even with Malachi's knocking over the thing, he's able to keep that diplomatic face. He kind of went from a smile as you go, we'll fight this together, or we can balance, and he'll take care of the threat himself. And then he went to the women and children. You see the smile, like almost fell, but definitely tightened it. He goes, "Appreciate it, Val. All right then." And he just kind of, you see him quickly turn, his robes flow behind him as he heads to the exit with President Oro kind of in his wake. You do see kind of the holograms of your for the other contacts. You see Val, you just see the hut like has got one of his hands to his head, like hook on one hand, other hand to his head. He goes, do what you do best, Val. You don't need to say as much, but yeah, you go cut some dog up. Go cut.
Val shall. Thank you, boss. And then he'll follow C4.
No problem. And you see Malachi, you see Galvin give you a nod and go, if you wish to use your force powers, now is the time to unleash them. And then you see him cut the cam at the end of that. And then Velko looks over to you, Vars, and goes, "Cut them, traitors. Don't show them no mercy. You still using that fire ammunition?"
Damn right I am.
"Burn them twice. If they put themselves out, burn them again. I hate traitors.
Oh boy. Yeah, no worries there. I'll make sure they're rash.
You see that his transmission cut out. Yeah, at C4, you do have the layout of the facility. You kind of see them before you leave on the kind of the hollow pad cam. They are making their way through the facility. They have most of them have left the hangar and have branched off into two paths. You see though the kind of the most, and actually with that investigation check, I'll give this to you. You see that a group of the Ithorian Shriekers and two of the one of the Voxen and two of the human handlers, or humanoid handlers, I should say, are making their way towards the reactor of the space station. C4, you know the best way to cut them off. But you guys could realize that the way they are heading, they're trying to sabotage and bring the space station down.
Well, we can't have that. This way. We'll cut them off.
And before we get into that combat scenario, we're going to take a quick break. A little bit longer than usual. We're going to come back at 8:55. So 10-minute break. And we'll come back, get in some combat. Let's see how the new crew kind of works together on the side, so the new powers flow. And yeah, we'll be back. Welcome back, everyone. Sorry, a little bit longer break than I expected. We started talking, and then I realized I forgot to set something up with the map. Right. Also, this will be when we get into the battle, our first battle using Foundry for this table. I've used Foundry for my Pathfinder stuff. I think this will be my first. This will be my first Star Wars 5e battle since I've started using Foundry often. I did a test run on Foundry like 2 years ago, so this will be like the first new one on that side. So yeah, you'll get to see us kind of go through it. I know some of us have DM'd with it. I know Vars, you've DM'd with it pretty often, right? Yeah.
Wouldn't say often, but yes.
You probably are a resident expert. Keith and Berger, I don't think you guys have used it much. Or Berger, you've used it with the Pathfinder stuff we've done, but
yeah, never hosted with it.
And Victus, I think this is your first time going too, right?
Yeah, this is my first on Foundry.
Okay. Sweet. We'll get to show off the Foundry system. Get to show how that goes through. Also, I'm not sure where I've got to go through and change my my YouTube delay thing. But shout outs to Uli. He is watching on stream, Lord Fontaine. So thanks for coming through, man. Hopefully, and for those who were watching session 0, it's like, where is what's this new character's name? Not Uli.
Ty.
Where's Ty? Lord Fontaine used to be Uli in Invasion. He got a new job, which is really great news. But he's West Coast in the new job. unfortunately kind of precluded him from playing in the game. We are hoping eventually that schedules will change. He can come back in. We'll bring in his new character Ty, but for now, it'll be this crew of 4. One last thing before we jump into the fight for Tafanda Station. August is our Marvel Multiverse month. I haven't had a chance to get a video up for that, but we're going to be using the new Marvel D616 system for our game of the month. If you've watched before, you know I'm a huge superhero fan, so we're going to do something with that. I don't know when the game of the month is going to be. I have been at Gen Con the last week. My thoughts before leaving have been on that, so I have not planned anything yet. Probably the last Thursday or Wednesday of the month. So stay tuned for that. More will come this weekend as I kind of get organized. But that is our game of the month. But yeah, let's get back into it. So you guys see the sirens are blaring. You see the actor being told to go with the Women and Non-Fighters by Val, Chairman Oro and President Oro. I did not realize how close I made their names till I said them both back to back. Are going to the kind of the panic room. You see, as you guys are being led by C4, and this is actually one thing I want to point out too with the station. It is surprising, like it's not very filled. There's not like a lot of people aboard it. And C4, you would have noticed this as well. You see like some engineers, some technicians. You see like a lot of, surprisingly not, and I think most of the crew is all right with droids, but a lot of droids on board the space station, and kind of getting ready, getting everything set up, and kind of getting everything fully operational for Tafanda. But not a lot of people. Definitely very few people in kind of the Zerka Corporation colors and wear. Just kind of looking through, you can kind of like almost see that they are, at least the chairman is being up front as the Zerka Corporation official can be, about giving you all this station eventually. But eventually you all, actually, how are you all approaching? How are you guys kind of making your way towards this calamity?
C4s wanted to go with pure speed. These guys are likely expecting some resistance, so stealth would be an ineffective method and could possibly lead to them getting far further in than they should be allowed to be.
Perfect. Everybody, give me your choice. Actually, no, give me an athletics check, everybody.
I am proficient.
Nice.
Oh.
All right. Oof. So yeah, you guys are hustling through. C4 surprisingly leading the pack on this side. Leading the pack, leading everybody through the thing. But C4, actually, not even surprisingly, he's a droid. He doesn't get tired. His limbs are kind of just maneuvering through. The rest of the group, you guys are hanging back a little bit, kind of forcing C4 to slow down. But eventually, you all do arrive to where the telemetry shows you one of the groups of these intruders, these exchange and bioformed creatures have made their way through. You see ahead of you kind of this array. You see this human woman, blaster pistol strapped to her side, exchange logo proudly emblazoned on her chest. She's got pale skin and a grimaced look with scars across her face. And actually, everybody give me an insight check on that one too. Insight or perception, actually.
Perception.
Nice. Malachi, Val, and Vars. Malachi, this one may be a little bit close to home. But yeah, you take a look, and this may be why you're directly looking at her face. But you see her face is scarred up. Not kind of like scarred up like I've been in a fight or two. Some shrapnel may have went off, caught a stray blaster bolt. You see the ritual scarring seems to be mimicking the Yuzon Vong a bit. Cutting like tattooed patterns as well as like scarring patterns onto their face, trying to imitate the Vong slightly. With Val and Malachi. So Vars, you see that. Val and Malachi, though, one thing you'll see, like the Vars, you guys, I mean, not Val and Malachi. So Val and Malachi, you guys see, you all have fought the Vong. You've seen their scarring. These guys seem like they're trying to scar themselves and make themselves look kind of like the Vong, but avoiding the pain. Like the Vong embrace the pain, they cut deep, they cut off appendages, they make their tattoos hurt. These guys are trying to make it look like that, but you can see with Val, you can see with the blade work or kind of the ink work they've done, they've kind of taken the cowardly path and avoided some of the pain. And Malachi, you can definitely see that, especially with some of your own experience too. They have not kind of embraced it. But as you guys come up, you see this woman with kind of the exchange symbols and scars upon her face. You see she's got a leash upon a Voxen creature, and the Voxens, you all see this large lizard dog-like creature. It's got a long tongue and a piercing tail behind it with armored scales. You see from its mouth, its kind of tongue hanging out, and its mouth is dripping acid that's burning into the station floor. You see it has a hungry look upon its face, its eyes burning into you, Malachi. But ahead of both those two, you see what used to be Athorians, those creatures that are described before, the Athorian shaped shriekers. You see them kind of shambling ahead. You kind of see their long hammerheads kind of like twitching almost back and forth. But they see you all approach. Kind of, I'm hearing your clanking before you arrive. You see the smuggler look up and go, "Hey, this is exchanges now. You all think you can oppose the Vong? We're going to cut you down. We're going to blow it up, and all glory to you and Yuzan."
An inferior brand really trying to cut the competition? I don't think so. Not on Zerka's property.
You what, Zerka? You all think you guys are hot voodoo? The exchange and the Yuzan Vong were taking over. They're going to be the rules of the galaxy, and we're going to be the only competition left in. You guys think you can push us out? You see her kind of reach in. You see her pack in the blaster barrel, and you know she still is using a blaster as well. She kind of pats that in the blaster barrel, aims it towards you guys. Let me get you onto the map. We're getting to our first combat. So combat, this one's going to be like mid. Difficult, but you guys have new characters on this side. So we've got a good introduction to your PCs and all of that, as well as Foundry. So let me get you all into combat stance. Sweet. So we are using the combat carousel. So when I click that, you guys should have all saw your character's card pop up at the top of the screen, hopefully. If you click the D20 next to your character, you can roll initiative. Oh, did I not roll anybody? Sweet. So we got all into initiative. Nice thing too is that order will kind of impose itself on there, so it should be all in order for you. If you want to see a more detailed look, if you go to the cross swords on your right-hand side, you can see that there. So when I begin combat, I forgot if I enabled this mod for Star Wars 5e, but there's a cool little tone that comes off, so hopefully I did. Actually, let me do that real quick too. The viewers probably want to be able to see this combat. So while we're pulling that up, does anybody have any Foundry questions? Sweet. Oh, one thing I'll mention too is when you do make an attack against a creature, if you right click on it, there'll be like a little target reticle. Cool thing with that is if you click that target reticle and then roll your attack, Foundry will tell you whether or not you hit. As well as nice thing for me on this one is when you do the damage as well. I can just click and Foundry will apply it for me, which will save so much time.
So just to be clear, click on the what I want to attack first, and then let loose.
Yeah, so click on what you want to attack first, and then let loose. Let me see
right.
if I can get that into a good spot. Oh, those were to turn that off. Oh, sweet. So now the stream can see it. Sorry for the delay of that one. This is Foundry's new for me. This is the first time I've streamed Foundry, I think, for actual. No, I did it for the Stars Not Now, but I didn't do a map. This is the first time I've streamed it with a map for Foundry, so I had to figure out how to get everything set up perfect on that side. Yeah, you guys should all be able to see the map. I'm going to click begin. And Vars, you should be our first up.
Yeah. Well, Vars is going to move 10 feet to the left, raise his blaster at the nearest Ithorian here, and let loose with a heavy blaster rifle.
Sweet. So you click that, and then you click the attack, and it'll give you the attack roll, and if it hits, you can click damage. Also, too, for those who are new to the system, one of the cool things you can do is this little row by like the macro row. You could bring down like all of your core abilities, your core attacks, all of that down there. So you can just click on that versus having to go on your character sheet.
Yeah, double click it with a right click to target.
Ah, okay.
But
So-
a 19 will definitely hit.
All right. And
Sweet. Yeah, how does that look as you get that shot off?
all right. Well, this is definitely not Vars' first, second, or third rodeo. So on a well practice maneuver, and also wanting to be able to keep an eye on these combatants that not really trusting the people that came in with him, but at least they're not Vong. Wanting to keep an eye on them too. He moves off to the side, lines up the shot against the Ithorian because he knows what they can do, and lets loose a stream of fiery incendiary rounds at him.
Nice.
Now,
Oh yeah, you still got another attack, or at least one more attack.
yep, I do. And I'm going to go ahead and
Nice, that'll hit too.
battle hit. Okay, it's not telling me either way.
Oh, that's yeah. You do have it targeted. That's weird. It's not letting me apply the damage either. Weird.
Maybe the token isn't assigned to the sheet.
Oh, that could be. I custom made these ones. I may have done something weird with it. We will figure that out later. But yeah, so sweet. Yeah, that is. Yeah, so you blast those shots into him. He is on fire. What's wrong one? He is on fire as you get those blows into him. He's not looking bloodied yet, but you definitely see the creature kind of rear back, and you hear that shrieking kind of intensify a bit.
Right. With that, Vars is going to take another step to the left and use his bonus action for. Where is that? There you go. Sentinel Mastery. So that last bullet point, enter defensive stance. Yeah. So a bunch of opportunity attacks. Let's see how that plays out.
Nice.
And with that, I'll pass turn.
Solid. All right, that's a smuggler. Yeah, you see her kind of looking around as you blast into her kind of Ithorian shield. What's she gonna do here? and she's gonna take some shots at you. So you see her pop off with her blaster pistol, but you see her tap into it before she takes the shot. She's gonna add some fire to her own blast as she targets it your way. I forgot to roll the attack first for that one.
They're being rolled privately.
What's that?
They're being rolled privately.
Are they being rolled privately?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, weird.
In case you don't want to do that.
No, I always like to roll open. It didn't ask me if I wanted to roll privately. Could you guys see that one?
Nope.
That was a good roll too. Oh, so as I said, stream. This is our first time streaming Pathfinder. Usually, it doesn't like I always does my rolls openly unless I click something to roll it privately. So I'm gonna bug my edits or my settings real quick just to make sure, because I always like to be able to have everybody see what I'm rolling. Actually, I'll fix that later. First one, unfortunately, is going to hit. It is a 29.
That's a big number.
It's near crit.
Yeah.
But as you see kind of the smuggler pop off and take a shot towards you, and then let's see, roll some damage there. So 14 damage, 10 of it being energy, 4 of it being fire. You see, kind of just like a little kind of juke to the side, taps into her panel. She shoots this fiery blast towards you, and you are aflame. So you see flames licking around your Mandalorian armor as she takes a shot and kind of adds some fire of her own to the blast. And with that, she is going to move as well. Kind of pop over here. C4, you are up.
All right, so to begin, C4 is going to use some special stuff. He has the, let's see here, if I can find where I put on my sheet. He has superiority style, which, where did those go? I have my maneuvers on here, but they are gone. That's unfortunate. Well, with superiority style, what I was going to do is I was going to use the one that allows me to cast a tech power as a bonus action. I believe it's called short round.
Okay.
Or fast access power, whatever it was called. And as a bonus action, he is going to cast Construct Droid at 3rd level. It's going to do that right here. And I don't know why it's a cone. It's just summoning something up right here.
Okay.
Requires no action to command and simply goes once C4's turn is done.
Sweet. And with that, construct droid. Which one did you say you're going with again?
Oh, battle droid.
Battle droid. That should be.
I sent you. What you
You
say?
did. I forgot to put in the sheet for that. Is it droid battle the way they did that one? How'd they phrase that one again?
It is the construct droid. I think they just call it battle. Choose type. Choose design rather. Probe, pyro, or battle. Yeah, they just kind of call it battle. Battle
Okay.
droid.
Oh, sweet. So I will give you a sheet on that one. Unfortunately, I don't have it in any of the codexes. I was hoping they'd have it in this. We'd have to put it in. So let me I assume they would just have it in. So let me throw in the token there, and we'll just have to do some manual rolls, unfortunately, for it.
Oh, good. Right after that, C4 is going to step up and he's going to let loose some shots. But rather than going for any kind of damage, he is showing off a little bit with his sidearm focus. This one's one I had to enter in manually, unfortunately, so it's a little scuffed. But what this allows him to do is when he takes the attack, he can forgo one or more attacks to instead go for a daze, which expends 2 ammunition, and he can target creatures no larger than one size more than him, and make him roll con save against his weapon's save. And if they fail, they're incapacitated until the end of its next turn, or until it takes damage.
Nice.
And he's going to try this first shot at this Athorian creature here. So it's just the save plus. Let me go back over and check the attack bonus. Actually, I could roll it and it'll tell me what the modifier to attack is, and needs to be reloaded. Right. Oh, I had forgotten to do that. And normal. This is just so I can see what the actual attack bonus is. 9.
Solid hit.
No, that's not the hit. It's more so I know what the DC is.
Oh,
That would
okay.
be a DC, I believe, 17.
17. What was the save again for that?
Constitution.
Oh, there we go. He will fail.
He is incapacitated until the end of his next turn or until he takes damage. And same thing for this guy over here.
For which guy?
This one right here, the 4-seater one.
Okay, so how does that work with the other one again?
Same verse, second as the first. I'm sacrificing my extra attack, which allows me to do another one.
So he has to make the save.
Yep.
Perfect. Oh, sorry. I was wondering how. I thought he failed it already, so that makes a lot more sense. Let me.
Sorry for this one taking a while.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, I'm still getting used to the system, so we're good. He will succeed.
Dang. Well, in that case, he's not incapacitated. So C4 just throws down this droid that slowly brings itself up, and he pops off his pistol in a bit of a flashy way with the razzle dazzle, being able to incapacitate one, but not quite the other.
Perfect.
And right after that, the constructed droid gets to go up.
Sweet. And with that, we'll get that sheet in there for next time. For now, we'll just do some hand rolls for him. What does he get to do?
Could I get a token for him down?
Oh, token in for him. So he's there. Let me make sure you can control him. Sweet. Now you should be able to control him too.
Ah, thank you. So he's going to go all the way up here. Luckily not provoking an opportunity attack from this guy since he's nice and incapacitated. And he's going to start swinging.
Sweet.
Let me just double check something. Here's just my attack modifier for its 2 hit. Got it. And that is... +7, alright. D20 +7. Does an 18 hit the smuggler?
I believe it does.
Download 25. Like it.
Yeah, 18 hits.
Yeah, so that's going to be a 1d12 +3 +3. So I didn't add the extra +3, so that's going to be 8 damage.
Nice. How does that look?
So after the droid comes right up, it immediately starts charging. It has a big old Zerka logo on it, Zerka brand, vibroblade. Just comes in, just swings once, and is trying its best to look very, very intimidating and keep this smuggler distracted. And well, actually C4 can't move because it's his turn, and so yeah, that's going to be C4s.
Perfect. All right. Oh, where'd that go? Val, you are up.
All right. So Val was looking at this smuggler, and nothing annoys Val more than someone who pretends to be a famous warrior and the Yusong Vong are. And so he's beelining for her, and this is a learning opportunity for her in his mind. So he's going to run right up here. And he is going to make an attack. Attack, normal. Alright, so 25.
All right.
And then he's going to use a maneuver. Actually, I think this might be a new one. It's kind of fun. It is called Charging Attack. Maybe it's not new, but it's new to me. And so if you move at least 10 feet towards your target before hitting them with an attack, so I spend a superiority die, causing the target to take additional damage. So it's a d6 and forcing to make a strength save. And what would be my strength or my maneuver die? I think it's 8 plus 5 plus 3. Does that sound right?
Oh yeah, so it should be so the DC should be 8 plus your strength or dexterity plus 3 proficiency.
All right, so 16.
Sweet.
And then they'll take an additional 1d8 damage. Sorry, that was a 1d6, but I'll just keep the 1 there. Can't get any worse.
Perfect. That was a what save?
Strength save, and it'd
Strength
be DC 16.
She will fail.
All right, so she is knocked prone, and I'm going to continue this this onslaught here as a teaching moment. So I'll make another attack with advantage. Ooh, that probably will miss a 16.
16 will just miss.
All right, and
You
then
gotta roll aside as the blade comes down.
I'll make a unarmed strike. I'll keep my advantage here. 24.
Before we just go ahead and dismiss that extra attack there, I picked Fire Team Specialist for a reason.
Oh.
And I'm going to go ahead and use one of my own. If that's... I'm pretty sure that's...
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, for precision attack. And add it when you make an attack roll against a creature. Yeah. So... what does 17 do?
That 17 does hit, though. So
Hey, all right. All right, so let me roll some damage on that. Oh, hold on, I got to get the right one here. Damage. All right, so that would have been a 10.
nice.
Then
She's looking rough. She's looking bloody. How does that onslaught look as you kind of charge across the field and knock her down?
yeah, so I just kind of he cocks his head a little bit. He gives a little bit of a nod to C4 for incapacitating the guy, and then he just beelines. The first hit, he comes in kind of hard with an uppercut with his blade, knocks her down, and then he just kind of gets a tough grip, and he just starts wailing down.
Nice.
And then I will use my monk feature to make another unarmed. Ooh, that's gonna miss. All right, that'll be my turn.
Okay, so you're just kind of rolling around, trying to evade the blows, and she's bleeding. And you guys are all in a roll. Malachi, you're up.
Malachi will take a step forward as he kind of watches the onslaughts and the small battlefield before him, and he will say,
Impressive. Most impressive.
and following that, he kind of crouches down or gets really low to the ground, and you hear him kind of let out I wouldn't call it really a cry of pain, but it's a yell. It's like as he crouches down and then stands back up, and he'll cast Vitality Shield on himself. I'm going to spend an extra 2 force points to use this as a bonus action as well.
Okay.
So I will take 11 points of damage. However, I get 11 points of temp HP. So gain some, lose some, so that's 57, 47. We're doing math here, bear with me. And then, as he's standing up, he has a hilt in his right hand, and 2 other hilts float up in front of him out of his robes. And at the same time, all 3 will ignite, and the 2 that floated out will immediately fly forward at the Ithorian in front of him and make 2 attacks.
Nice.
I've genuinely not seen Vitality Shield as a spell ever. That actually looks really cool.
22 on the first attack. Natural 20 on the second.
Nice.
I suppose I should have rolled damage first, or how
Yeah,
did that
sure.
work? Okay.
These
there
are
we go.
floating lightsabers, so they are applicable for the dismemberment rules, correct?
There, yeah, it's melee attack. Or a melee force attack, but still melee attack.
So that first attack will do 9 damage to the Athorian directly in front of me.
Right.
And then the, whoops, almost hit attack again. The second attack, critical hit, will do, wow. Yeah, it's all right. I forgot we're doing cruel criticals. 10 damage.
Nice.
And as soon as they come forward, they boom, boom, and come right back to me and start rotating around me.
Perfect.
And that's my turn.
Yeah, you see that Thorian is looking bloodied as this onslaught goes through. That's Voxen's turn. You see the Voxen, especially at that display of force usage. You see its jaws just unhinged, acidic spit kind of falling from its mouth as it literally salivates at the hunt. This creature darts forward, charging towards Malachi.
Before he takes off on that, Gloria's charging.
Oh yeah, you got a sentinel up. Get some shots in.
Yeah, let's see. So let's fire off a round and hope it does well.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
That
All right,
works.
so that is 2d4. Whatever, I'll just do the normal, and then I'll add the 8. Yeesh. So that would bring it to 14.
So, it didn't give you the option for the crit?
It did, but I didn't think it would roll it correct. I thought it would just roll like 8 dice.
No, we got the I see with the Foundry is the crueler crit mods installed. So that's what Malachi rolled it. It already added, I forgot what his die was, but it added it in for him. I think it was 8 too.
Would you prefer that I roll it again? Or
Oh no, it's good. It's good.
Okay.
I was just mentioning that because I know we always had to do the math before, but one of the cool things about it is going through more math.
If I remember correctly, you have a minimum die threshold, right?
I do within 30. That doesn't do this automatically, does it? Oh, so that's even better. So that 1 becomes a 3, so 16?
16?
He is within 30 feet. Okay. Yeah.
And
he's on fire.
How does that look as you stop this charging Voxen in his tracks?
Well, Vars has a wee bit of experience with these bastards. He knows that as soon as the force user on his right put off that display, that thing was going to start licking his chops. So he was ready for it. And as soon as it started to move, he just, pow! Shot him right somewhere nice and soft so he wouldn't be able to keep charging.
As you stop this creature right in his tracks, you hear it kind of whimpering and howling, its tail thrashing around. It looks towards you guys, but it's too far to get to the force user. You see it turn its head and look at Val, and you see it rear back, and you see this acid saliva kind of gathering in its mouth, and you see it belch, and you see it just like a large trail of acid chart out towards Val.
They have ranged attacks now?
They do.
All right.
Oh, let's see. This should make so. Val, give me a dexterity saving throw, and you should be able to click on it, and it should hopefully let you roll for that. Well, you guys can see my post right now. Or can you?
No, I can't see it.
No.
Okay.
I can make a dex save, but I don't. Yeah, I don't see it. It just says private roll, and it's like question mark.
Yeah. So just roll dex, and we'll get you in there.
All right. So
Not sure why my stuff is rolling private.
save and throw. Normal.
Nice. Yeah, you will succeed. So you see it belching this acid at you. You're able to dodge aside, and you're able to reduce the damage taken on that side. It was initially 9 acid damage, reducing that down to 4 to your PC.
All right.
All right, that is the Voxen's turn. The Athoriad Shriekers
First one's incapacitated.
incapacitated. The other one is going to rush forward. You see it opening up its kind of the gills along the side of its face. Those kind of a dual Athorian mouths with the shaped coral around them. It is going to let loose a shriek. Vars and Malachi, give me a Constitution saving throw.
With Vitality Shield, I have advantage, and with Saber Storm up, I get to add +4 to my Constitution, so it should be a +10, or +4 to whatever I roll.
Nice.
All right. And also, since he's getting right nice and close, with the first bullet point of Sentinel style trigger there.
Yeah.
All right. One more. Let's see if it's a good one. And I can't click on them, but all right. Let's see.
Damn!
All right. So let's roll that critical hit.
Vars being just straight up a legend.
All right. Another 17 points on that sucker.
Nice. He is looking rough as you see him stumble up towards the group.
Okay. All right then. So now I need to make my own save. It's a Constitution save.
Constitution.
All right.
I rolled a 23.
Nice.
I'm going to use a feature before you tell me. Before you give me the bad news. Let me use self-preservation, and hopefully add a bit to that roll. All right, would a 16 be enough?
16 is enough. So you both succeed as you see this creature run forward and let out this shriek of a howl. You see the ground reverberate around you, loose things knocked around as it just lets out this blast. And you guys will take half damage on this. Let me roll that in. So a little bit of 39. You guys would half that down to 19. And Vars, you're back up.
All right, I was on fire from the lovely smuggler, right?
You do, so that does take 4 damage to you as you see that fire burn through your armor, but it does put itself out.
Okay. Does that? Oh, so I don't have to move around to get rid of it.
No, yeah, it's just a combustion shot.
Okay. In that case, I'll stay right where I am. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and let loose on this Ithorian who thought he could yell me into a grave. Or what's left of this Ithorian.
That guy's in rough shape. He's definitely bleeding. Still kind of dogmatically running forward, but definitely hurt from the blast. Fortunately, that one will miss.
I'll let that one go. I'm gonna try another one.
Damn.
Well, I guess,
You use your
Makes
crits
sense.
up on the reaction attack.
Yeah. But good thing about being a fighter, action surge time.
Surge it up.
Yeah. So, and I still got 2 shots for this thing. Let's. I will use one of my features for that one. I'm going to try it. The precision attack. Let's see where that gets me. Not very far. Is a 15 enough?
15 is just enough.
Lucky me. All right, so let's roll a little bit of damage.
How do you take him down?
After, I guess the sonic pain was still reverberating in his ears. He couldn't line up a shot. Instead of trying to aim it, he just put the barrel of his rifle right on the damn thing and just pulled the trigger.
You see just a backsplash of gore, vile coral as you blow out this Thorian shrieker. You see it crumple to the ground.
All right, and with that, I'll just use that momentum to. How far away is this damn thing? Don't like that. That's fine. I'll take a shot at the force-hungry creature, Ornsk.
All right.
Yeah. And take a shot at that, see where that gets us. Oh, wait, I have to... Nope.
That'll hit.
All right. With that, I'm gonna yeah, I think I'm gonna try one of try trip attack. Why not? Let's get some shenanigans going. All right.
Sweet. So strength save for the Voxen. Yeah, you hit that Voxen. It's like you hit a ton of bricks. You see it kind of like shake a bit, but it stands strong and resolute afterwards.
All right. Yeah, well, I gave it a shot. That's fine. I'll use my bonus action just in case anything decides to run at us or whatever. Just write the extra maneuver, the extra reactions, and I'll pass my turn.
Sweet. Smuggler is up, getting walloped on the floor by both Val and the droid. You see her kind of frantically tapping at a data pad on her wrist. And you see she is going to kind of like a jolt of kind of flame eke out from her boots as she is going to use the translocate power and get some space.
Wait a second. I might have something for this.
Oh, do you have something for this?
Damn! I did not take I didn't take the counter spell.
All right, so you see
That
her
would
kind
have
of.
been so funny.
It would have been a good time for that
That
one.
would have been. That's my bad. I'll grab it next level.
You see she kind of like darts across, getting some space away, and she is going to. Oh yes, nobody's engaged. She is going to keep kind of blasting with her rifle as she goes. Just know when you beat. Lay down for the exchange. She's going to shoot twice with her heavy blaster pistol. She's going to shoot that at Val. First one, 22. Second one is a 14, which I assume misses, right? What's Val's AC?
20 But let me see. I don't know if I can do anything against ranged with my duelist. Da, 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 da. And, it's my mastery feat. Oh, only melee attacks. Okay.
Okay.
Yep, so 22 hits.
For 6 damage.
All right.
So you see, you're kind of like jetpack or jet boots blast off, kind of getting there some space away from you guys, putting it right side. You see, you kind of take 2 shots. One kind of goes wide, but one burns through. You kind of smell a mixture of fur and burning fur in the air. All right, C4, you are up.
Alright, so bonus action. What he's going to do is he's going to activate one of his ideals, specifically the ideal of the fighter, manifesting it to give him the fighting mastery style. Sorry, the superiority mastery, fighting mastery. And what he's going to do with that is he is now going to cast a power as his main action. Let's see here. He is going to cast Barrage. But one of his superiority dice allows him to attempt to cast this at a higher level. And I just need to roll a d6, and that's added to the level, but I can only go up to my maximum possible casting, which is 3rd level.
Alright.
So on a 2, that turns into a 3rd level. 2 are up. All right, this is a barrage with the cost of a 1st level power, but the effects of a 3rd level barrage. So let me cast that. And what barrage does is within 120 feet, I select 4 targets, and I roll for this 66, and those are tiny projectiles that are shot straight to them. They make a dex save. Each projectile does 1 kinetic damage per projectile, or a half as 1 on a successful save. One of the weirdest phrased spells, in my opinion, with how that works.
Alright, so does it have to be 4 different ones, or you just pick the 3, or can you double them up?
Basically, I don't have to pick 4, I just choose who I'd like to target.
Sweet. So you're targeting all 3 of the remaining?
No. Faust got someone he's hunting down, and this droid's helping with that, so he's going to focus his attention on these 2 beasties right here.
Okay.
So let me do that real fast. That's going to be 66.
What's your DC again? 15?
Yes.
The Shrieker will pass, the Voxen will fail.
Alright, so this is going to be 8 and 8. So I'm not quite sure how you rolled with half of 1. So I assume it'd be half damage.
Repeat that?
I'm not sure how you would rule it with this being half of 1. Because each of these is a 1 projectile doing 1 damage. And it says half as much from one of these 1 damages on a successful save. So would that 8 damage be turned to 4 damage?
Yeah, I would just split it, whatever it is, in half. So say that would
Yeah.
be 8 damage, right?
Yep, so 8 damage to the one that failed, 4 damage to the one that succeeded.
Nice. What does that look like as it goes off?
So, this is probably some infringement from Zerka's side. You know the Whistlers from The Mandalorian?
Yep.
Each one darting out, some have gold tracers, some have black. Very Zerka. Very original. As he does that, just grabbing his wrist and launching them all out.
Nice. You see them blast in as well as the Boxen. Both are still looking pretty healthy so far. Is that Thorian still incapacitated or is it no longer incapacitated?
Oh, it's no longer incapacitated.
All right.
It's got its turn. And C4 is just gonna go up to right here, away from all of the danger. And once that's done, the droid summon is up, and it's gonna come charging to the smuggler. All right, here. It's gonna attack. It's gonna miss.
Gonna miss.
And I think that's all it can do, unfortunately.
Okay. So that doesn't take your bonus action to control the droid?
No, that's something that surprised me. It's no action.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they did that specifically so it could work with companions, which I don't know how I feel about that. But either way, benefits me now. So that'll be C4's turn fully. Passing it over to the big cat.
All right, Val, you are up.
All right. So the first time Valk went in, he went in pretty carelessly. To be honest, he did not respect the smuggler. But that little maneuver, give a little tip of the hat to that. That was pretty tricky. Then coming in and hitting him from the side, certainly caught him off guard. And so he's going to come in a little more carefully this time, a little more finesse. And so he's going to run up behind her. And he's going to first kind of stow his blade, and then as he gets close, he's going to drop back out with a little bit of a flourish. And so mechanically, I will use one of my adaptive score to increase my crit range by 1. And also, I will use my duelist style to do the flourish here. And so I'll put what that is, but it's a saving throw, or I guess a contested check. And that's the first one there. So you use a bonus action to feint. You make a dexterity sleight of hand. And let me roll that.
It's got to be a 10. She rolled a 10. I don't know if you can. I have to go figure out my rolls. I'm not sure why the guys can't see them, but it's a 10.
I cannot fail that. So I'll just.
Oh, that.
Great, 31. All right, so I do a little bit of a flourish as a feint, and then I have advantage on my next attack. And I'll go with a hooked vibroblade. And that is a good
crit. Nice.
And nice.
Literally, she had 22 HP left. 1 over finisher.
All right, yeah. So he comes in and he's gonna honor her here. He's actually coming in with the feint. She dodges it, and then he just kind of plunges the vibroblade right through the chest, and kind of lets her down gently, and as she goes to the ground, and honors her with the death of a warrior.
Nice. And what? I don't think I've ever asked this when we're making characters. Does Val? I know he takes like hands of people he finds unworthy. Does he have like any like specific style he does for those he gives a warrior's death to?
No, he would generally he would not. He certainly wouldn't want to cut off any limbs, or he wouldn't cut off their head or anything like that. But no, it would just be outside of that, nothing crazy.
Sweet. You see the life kind of drain from her face. You see her crumple to the ground. You see the Voxen give out a wicked howl as its handler comes crashing down. Malachi, you're up.
What does the Voxen look like to Malachi?
Oh, through the force? You see kind of a lot of red.
Yeah. Okay, so I thought they were void type creatures where they're just a void in the force. I thought they were some sort of empty.
Not the Voxen. So give me a lore check.
Okay.
Not sure when
All
the
right.
Voxen or the Ithorians kind of show up, but there's some thread of connection there.
Okay. Right.
Why are you coming over here?
I'm gonna I'm gonna move over there, and Malachi, he's you can hear heavy breathing, especially after the Ithorians attack. He's kind of limping just a little bit, but he shakes it off, and you see him stand up straight for the first time since seeing him.
Finish this. Focus on.
And with that, I'm going to quicken Force Lightning. Why isn't that casting? There we go. They need to make DC 15 Dexterity save.
The
33 damage.
Voxen will pass. The Shrieker will fail.
Half on a fail. One second, let me give myself 2 force points back because of force body, and then as an action, you'll see one of the lightsabers rotating around me, fly out at the Ithorian, and with Deceptive Strike under Manipulation Counselor, I can do touch abilities through my weapons in Saberstorm. So I'm going to cast Necrotic Touch. Why is that not going? Oh, there it is.
Is that at will?
Yes.
All right.
So 16.
That one missed, unfortunately.
The Ithorian?
Oh, the Ithorian? No, that'll hit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to provoke that guy. Cool. And then he will take 2d6 necrotic damage, and
Nice.
I will gain 8 temporary hit points. And then I am going to move to the left. And that's my turn.
Sweet. Yeah, you see the Ithorian is bleeding, stumbling barely upon its feet. You see the Voxen hungrily is going to try to charge forth again. Vars, take a shot.
Does that? He's a little.
Is he close now?
He's too
Ooh,
close.
too close.
Yeah.
All right. He is going to charge forth at Malachi then. You see its fangs bared, its claws itching as it comes forth and tries to take the Sith Lord down. You see it lead with its tail stinger. Which will hit. Give me a.
What did they roll? Because I would like to use Force Shield if I can.
22.
And that'll. Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll hit. And what kind of save did you say?
DC 14 con save.
Okay. So whatever I roll here, and I also have... Nope, I don't have advantage anymore because I lost my 10 hit points. But because of Saberstorm, I still get the +4. Uh, 22.
Sweet, you'll pass. You see the thing pierce into you, and you take 14 damage. But luckily, you don't feel yourself succumbing to the poison. You kind of keep yourself standing on that side. But you do see this creature just baying and howling out as it approaches you. It is going to lash out with its claw and bite as well. So its claw first. And that will miss. 13 there. And then following with its bite. Uh, 20 there. Anything you can do on that one?
And force shield.
You see it try to bite into you. Your force shield springs up to stop it as the Voxen kind of just kind of bays and howls next to you. The Ithorian barely upon its feet, broken free of the daze that C4 sprung it into, stumbles forward, barely.
Oh, I'm over here. There's plenty of features to go after over there.
Points to Valentine.
You see it just like mindlessly glaring at you as it makes its way forth. You see both of its mouths open upon it. It lets out a shriek. Everybody within 20 feet of it, which I think is just C4 and Malachi, give me a Constitution saving throw, DC 14.
I'm going to cast Element of Surprise since I'm taking damage from this, and I'm going to use that same maneuver from before. With my superiority mastery, it's also the maneuver I picked, the one that the overcast power one. It allows me to roll a d4 instead of one of my actual superiority dice, and use that after my proficiency.
That 12 is a 16.
Why is that 12 and 16?
I can add my charisma to Constitution saving throws.
Oh, nice.
Let me roll that con save, then I'll toss in that. Where
I think it already has your +4 added in.
Oh, there it is.
Because your con's a 2, and I don't think you have proficiency in it. And I think you got a
not con charisma. I can add my.
Yeah, it already had your +4 in there. Looks like.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, that's handy, but not for this.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Okay,
What?
I can't do crap for C4.
Element of surprise. Luckily, it's going to go off, and I rolled that d4, and that's another level to it. So this is going to be at second level. So 3d10. Give me a dex save.
Nice. So as long as he doesn't save and you don't roll badly, you should be able to take him down. Yes. All right. So what's your DC? 15.
15. Yep.
Oh, yeah, you're good. He had 3 HP left. So how do you
Yeah.
get that?
The most like overkill thing possible. He lets loose a flamethrower, but it doesn't look like the Mandalorian wrist one. It looks like he's trying to kind of mimic kind of an obscure force power, where some force usage would control fire and just blaze that over the Ithorian far more than he needs to because of how absolutely just wrecked I assume he's getting by that sonic damage.
Yes, you see that sonic shockwave blast out, rocking into you and Lord Malachi. Oh, actually, Vars, you said he had something to do, right?
Well, to give a hand to Malachi here, because maybe that 12 can become enough.
Did I move me?
Ed.
I don't remember moving.
Does a 15 do it?
Yeah, 15 succeeds.
Yeah. Well, I think. Okay, so you succeed, so maybe it won't kill you.
Yeah, so it'll be 21 damage to C4, 10 damage to Malachi.
Almost one shot Caesar.
Yeah, that would have probably one-shot Caesar. Yeah.
To have Khan again feels good.
It's amazing Caesar survived as long as he did. But with that top, and the Voxen is up. Oh,
Didn't it just go?
yeah, I just went. No,
Yeah,
yeah.
it definitely.
I took the Thorians out of combat. For some reason, it goes backward in initiatives when you do that. But Vars, you're up.
All right. I'm going to use one of the features from my equipment here. So just to reload the heavy blaster rifle, and I'm gonna move up to right here. Why not? Or up over here. So move up to that space.
Nice.
And then fire on. Okay, I need to reload. And I'm not sure how to. Oh, okay. I'm not sure how to reload. Bit a bit.
Oh, that's a good question. I'll rip up everything. There has to be a go.
I think you do it manually on your gun. It's got the charges on there.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I can put it back to 8, and then I can delete one of my incendiary charges.
There has to be like a way like to easily reload though.
Yeah, but I'll figure that out.
Everybody that's watching this is our first time using this one, so we are still learning Foundry. I'm kind of moving off roll 20.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
So 13 is definitely not going to do it. I'll try once more.
That'll hit.
Hooray for 18. And rolling damage. That one becomes a 3, so 8 in total. And if he starts his turn there, he's on. Well, when he starts his turn, the DC 14 thing, which I totally forgot about.
We did, yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Nah, it's on me too, so no worries. Okay.
Sweet. So yeah, you see the fire, the blast lick into him, fires kind of raging up around him. The smuggler is dead. Let me get her out of initiative. Yes, dude, straight PCs here. Can you guys put the Voxen down before it gets another turn?
Oh wait, one thing before, because I totally forgot. To the attack's damage roll. Yeah, screw it. Distracting blow.
All right.
So, hey. Attacks damage. So that's an extra 6 damage.
Nice.
And the next attack roll against a target by an attacker other than me has advantage if it's made before the start of my next turn.
So C4, you are up with potential for advantage.
Oh, so C4 is a very particular person. Right now, there is absolute success guaranteed. At worst, we lose the Hunchback. So for him, he is comfortable getting into melee now. So let me just post which... There it is, the Aquanos Swarm. As he pulls out a lightsaber and ignites it. A very, very, very old lightsaber, and it ignites slowly with a red blade. What he's going to do now is he is going to cast a tech power. And the cool thing with the Aquanos form, you don't need a force power for his prerequisite, you only need tech. He's going to cast Barrage again. And gonna do that same thing with overcapacity powers. Roll that d4 and see if he can get that at a higher cast. That'll be at second level, so that's gonna be 5d6.
Sweet, he will succeed.
So half of that's going to be 7.
Sweet. He's looking rough. He's looking hurt. You see blood pouring from his wounds, the smell of acid and ammonia and sulfuric kind of infusing the space station as he is brought low.
And as the bonus action, because of Aquanotes, he can make a melee attack since he also casted the first level tech power. So that melee attack will be with his lightsaber. I should ask, flanking?
You have advantage because of Vars' thing, right?
Yeah, no flanking, but you do have advantage to the Vars thing.
Okay, good. But, that's not right. I just realized only
Yeah, you're
plus
missing
3.
something. Are you
It's
missing your
missing my
modifier?
strength. Yeah, it doesn't have my strength modifier. That should be a 17.
All right, that's enough to hit.
All right. It probably doesn't have my damage right either if it's not adding my strength. There we go. That should do it. Damage. Roll. There we go. I got that. My strength. 9 energy.
Solid. This guy is hurt. How's that all look as you get that off?
So he takes his arm after igniting the lightsaber, blasting out even more of those small little rockets straight at him as he gets behind it, slashes at it, sees that it's still alive, and he's getting out of there. He's running. He does not want to be. He saw that it's still alive. He's not messing with that.
Do you have anything that will stop attacks of opportunity?
Stop them. Why would
What's
he
that?
stop it? Why would he stop it?
All right. I just want to make sure. Wasn't sure if there's anything crazy on that side. You see its tail whip at you as you try to run away.
Depending on how this goes, this might suck a lot. It will not suck a lot, so I don't need to take max damage. It hits. But because
can you guys see that one?
Wait. Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw that
yeah.
one. That one's good.
Yeah.
All right. I have no
Yeah,
idea
22.
why you see that one.
That
All right.
that was the first one not privated.
22. So give me a DC 14 Constitution saving throw.
Is this against
It's
any
poison.
kind of
So yeah, you have
poison?
advantage, right?
No, I mean the poison condition. Unless it's for poison damage, in that case it's just advantage.
Advantage because it's not the poison condition; it's a paralyzed condition.
I've made a mistake.
Victory is assured, but not for me.
Nice.
So
you had advantage of that either way, so you're still 18 is good. You see, it
he's getting this kill.
attack.
Element of surprise. That one was prohibited.
Oh, element of surprise! Surprise it up.
Element of surprise. So I'm going to do it one last time. This is the last time I can do it with a D4. Trying to increase that power level. That's going to be a third level element of surprise. So that's going to be 4d6. Sorry, 4d10.
Not 20, so he will succeed.
Wait, we saw that one.
That one too.
Yeah, we see him now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that'll be just 11 damage, but fire damage.
Luckily, he had 6 HP left. Take him down.
So as C4 is running away, it at first looks like cowardice, but right as it snaps its jaws on him, it's right on the arm that has the flamethrower, so he shoves his hand in deeper, lets it loose, but still runs away afterwards, just in case this thing explodes or something.
You see kind of the coral or the scaled hide of this wolf lizard-like creature bulge and expand, but you don't see it explode. You see it almost just decompress. You see kind of bile and acid leak out of its mouth as it crumples to the ground. The acid and ammonia smell filling the air and sizzling into the station's floor. And you guys have taken down the exchange crew, or part of the exchange crew that has infiltrated Tafanda Station. That's what we're going to wrap up today. Sweet, so everybody come through 2 weeks from now. What is that? The 22nd? Come through the 22nd, see part 2 of our opening sessions for Occupation. They're going to wrap up this invasion or this intrusion into Tafanda Station, as well as get into a little bit more meat of the campaign. We're going to be doing some of our first faction stuff too, so we're going to get a little bit of downtime faction stuff in next session as well, after we wrap up kind of the exchange making their presence known, and get to see how this crew starts gelling together. So make sure to come through for that. It'll be streamed here on TJG on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time every other week. The week after that, if you're watching this on DJ or Dungeon Jedi Masters, you can catch the VOD too. So make sure to come through for that. Stay tuned once I figure out a date for Marvel Multiverse. I'm excited for that one. I had fun with that at Gen Con. I think people will like the system. I know some are different to it, but I think it's a really cool system. I had fun with that at Gen Con. So come check that out, and we'll see everybody later. Till next time, everybody.